Today we want to combine information from many sheets, and the thing with those sheets is there are always the same number of columns. We can have less row or more rows, but the number of columns doesn't change. So how can we combine information from those worksheets? We can use Power Query. So we are going to Data, Get and Transform, get data from file Excel Workbook, and we have to go where our file is, and it's important the file that we are importing is also the same file that our data is. So we are importing from this file, and we will save our results also in this file. Okay, so PQ09. We are importing this information, this file, and we can see all sheets in this file. But we don't want to import one worksheet. We want to extract many worksheets, but maybe even more worksheets than we see today. So we are selecting folder, this icon, and then go to transform our data. And Power Query is importing data from the file that the Power Query is working. So we can see all names, all sheets names, and we don't want some of those names, and we can just filter it. So we don't need this sheet, this, and this, and we can press OK. And it's really important that Power Query save our data as different dot, not equal to those names. Thanks to that, only those sheets will be removed. Other sheet names, so in our example, other months, will be left here. So we will have more months. Then we should be sure that we only get sheets, because when we export, so close and load our query to Excel, it will get us a table. So when we refresh our query, we will get here more files, more information, and we want only sheets. So we don't want tables here. So we will filter this column also, and we will use text filter equals, and we write here sheet. And we have to remember that Power Query is case sensitive, so we want rows that equals to sheet with uppercase S. And okay, we get one step more, and the kind equals to sheet, and it's important so we don't will have any tables, named ranges, etc. And now we need only name and data column, and we can see that in data column we have our information from these sheets, and depending on the sheet the information is a bit different. Okay, so we just need those two columns, so we are selecting it and then press right mouse button and remove other columns, and we have only two columns, and we can now expand this data. And expand, we don't need prefixes, so press OK. And we have small problem because our column names are just column 1, column 2, and etc. And we want the names from the first row almost, because in the first column we don't want January, we want month. so our code should be called month, not name. But when we will use first row as a header, we will get January, and sometimes the January may be not the first month, the first row in our data, so we cannot make it like this. We have to use manual labor, so we have to manually change the names of our columns. So here it will be collection, and in other columns I will make them short, so A, B, C, double click D, and here I want month. Okay, and this is better, and now I don't need those rows with A, B, C, D, so I can add filter on the collection column. It will be the simplest solution for me because collection manager is the first value here. So okay, and don't have now those rows with text, with columns that should only have numbers. Okay, and now I want to combine information with a manager. So A, B, C, D in our example is the name of the manager. So I can select two first column, right click them, and unpivot other columns. Thanks to that, managers will be in one column and values for those manager will be in another column. And we can see in formula bar that we have attribute and value, the name of those columns, but I want to be this manager, and this can stay as a value. Okay, so we have combined information from many sheets in the same workbook Excel file, and as a bonus I will show you how we can sum all those values. We can select value column, right click it, and drill down, so we'll have only values from this column as a list, and then our ribbon change. We have transform information for list, and we can make choose statistic sum, and we have just one value. It's exactly the same value as our 3D references, but we don't really want this value, so we have to delete those two additional steps. We want our combined information, and home, close and load to our file, and we can table existing worksheet and A6 maybe, and it's fine. I can add this information, and I can, for example, change happy to H, and when I refresh our information, I still have 80 rows, and control is S. I have to save my file. Now once again, I have 80 rows, refresh, and this time I have H, and I don't have any different tables information. So just like that, we combine information from many sheets with Power Query.